Okay, we're down in the Androscoggin River, right next to Brunswick, Maine. And let's see, the water's going out. It's a tidal water, so you have a mixture of fresh water coming down the river from my right, from a dam, and then going out with the salt water coming in from the bay at high tide off the Merrimeeting Bay. That's comes up by Bath Ironworks there. So here we are on the Androscoggin, on the lower part of it, and we're just about a mile or two to the bay off the Merrimeeting. There's bass fishing in this area, smallmouth bass, and a few pickerel and some catfish. So that's basically what I'm after today. Any of those species that I can put on the table and serve and eat. So I'm going to clip the camera on, and we'll hope for the best of the picture. First time using this clip-on camera. Have to bear with me on this video because I am still learning it. Today I'm going to start off using a night crawler on a basic hook, no weight, and 6-pound test line. And after the first couple strikes, and if I bring anything in, then I'll decide to switch the lures or stay with the bait. And also, depending on the rod, I might switch over. I got 3 rods with me. One rod is 6-pound test, the other one's 8, and the other one is 10. They're all collapsible rods. Takes up less room in the kayak with me, so I can carry more bait and basic utilities, or things I might need for swivels, weights, or free hooks after that. Nice day today. We did have a set of clouds earlier, but they cleared up. I got the chores done around the farm, so I said it's kayak time since it's still nice weather out. Today is August 2nd, by the way, on a Tuesday, approximately around 6 o'clock in the afternoon. So I got at least 2 hours of sunshine. My favorite time of the day to go fishing. That bridge that you see up ahead on the river here, that is Route 196. To the right side going east, it will connect up to Route 1, and you can go either north or south. If you follow 196 going west, it brings you back to the town of Topsham, which is right next to Route 295. Continue on 196, you'll come up to Lisbon Falls, and then Lewiston and Auburn. And 196 ends over there, shortly after Auburn. If you look on the map of Maine, you'll see that between Brunswick and Lewiston, Lisbon Falls is located about the middle of the hub. What some people calls it up here. Just like down in Boston, you have I-95, Route 128, and 495. And they surround around the outer of the city of Boston, forming like a hub of a wheel. So same thing up here in a way. Just north of the hub, going up to 295, about approximately almost 30 miles, is Augusta. And Augusta, you'll have 295 and 95 connecting together to form one highway going north in Maine, which is I-95. Going south, 295 ends in Portland, and it connects back up to 95 down by Portland. Brunswick is approximately a 2-hour drive from the city of Boston, going by the highway. And going north from here is exactly also 2-hour drive to Bangor. Bangor is located 120 miles north of us, and Boston is also located 120 miles south of us. Right now I'm just kind of paddling around looking for spots to drop a line in that might be pretty good, either like a seaweed bed or a lily pad area. There's a mixture of everything down here. The water's dark in color, and that's from the fresh water dumping into it off the Androscoggin. You have a lot of leaves, trees, and iron in the water going north of here. So it kind of discolors the water just a little bit. There's the bridge, as I mentioned. See an area of like marshland located on my left side. I've never been over there. In the wintertime, I'm one of the people that has an ice fishing shack down here that I set up, and normally right around Christmas time or New Year's, about the time the ice forms about 2 feet, then it's time to get the ice shack out there. And that's just up a ways from the boat ramp, and the boat ramp is located to the right of the bridge. There is a ramp right there, a parking area for the town wharf of Brunswick. And coming up here a little bit, you'll see a clearing, and then from that clearing there's little areas to pull over off an old dirt road and everything. And right straight ahead from where I'm looking right now, in the wintertime you will see anywhere from 50 to 100 ice houses or ice shacks or shanties, depending where you come from is how we say it in New England. And most of the fish we catch here in the wintertime is smelts, which are anywhere from 4 to 6 inches big on the average, and they provide a nice sweet tasting fish, nothing like a sardine, and sardines are good, but or anchovies some people want to call them, but smelts are their own class. It's a very sweet tasting, like I said. You roll them in corn flour and evaporated milk to form a dip batter on them. And then you deep fry them. Well, you can sprinkle some seasonal salt on them too, and or salt and pepper, either way. And then you deep fry them for a couple minutes, and the bones are so tender that they're not going to bother you. You won't choke on them because they just basically break down, and the meat is very, very sweet. So you hold them like a corn of the cob on the head and tail, and just nibble away on the meat. In the wintertime when they're running, you can catch a pail full. A pail is normally 10 or 12 quarts, and it's easy to yank out a pail of smelts when they're running. They run in schools. One of the fish that the whales eat on the ocean, but in the wintertime the smelts come in to lay their eggs in the riverbanks and in between rocks and the coves, whatever it may be, in the bays, like here. And they travel in schools of thousands and millions of fish at times. Maybe just a small school of a few hundred, but most of the time there are very large schools. In the summertime, you're not going to really run into the smelts inland like this. They're mostly a fish that would do that somewhere around early winter, right up to when the ice thaws out around March. Some people use the smelts for bait for bigger fish, but they are a good tasting fish. Okay, I see a little cove just to my left side. Okay, this time here I'm going to end this video and then do another one. This is Lee in Maine.